In today's episode, you are going to learn how to create the Plotagraph or Cinemagraph Photoshop Action. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up? I'm Harshvardhan and welcome to another superb tutorial. And in today's episode, we are going to learn how to create the Plotagraph or Cinemagraph Photoshop Action. And if you don't know what is Plotagraph or the Cinemagraph, then let me tell you that Plotagraph is an app using which you can animate the still images very easily, but you can create the same effect in Photoshop as well. Today's episode is dedicated to the Eric. He made a request that I should show you how to create the Plotagraph or Cinemagraph Photoshop Action. So here is your episode if you're watching Eric. And if you also want me to make a video on any particular topic in Photoshop or photography, then you please let me know and I will see what I can do with that. And before we go any further, I'd like to make a request that please do subscribe to this channel if you want to take your photography or Photoshop skills to a whole new level. And to subscribe, just click the big red button below this video and don't forget to click the bell icon as well, and that way you will not miss any new video from me. Having said that, let's get started. In order to create the Plotagraph Photoshop Action, first of all, what we need to do, we need to convert this image into the timeline or into the video timeline. So we'll go to the Windows and check this timeline, and this is going to open the timeline, and over here we need to click on this option, create video timeline, and this is going to create a video timeline. And now what we are going to do, we will press Ctrl J or Command J to duplicate this layer, and we'll right click and select convert to smart object. All right, and then we'll come to the actions, and in the actions we will create a new folder and we'll call it Plotagraph Basic Action and press OK. And then we'll need to click on this new layer or new action icon, and we are going to call it Action 1. Leave it as Action 1 and press record, and now it will start recording it. All right, but we are not going to record it yet, so I'm just stopping it. And before we start recording it, we need to make a selection of the part which we want to animate. So in this case, we want this area to be static and we want only the clouds to move. So for that purpose, we'll select the lasso tool and we'll make a selection of this area, these clouds, and I'm going to press Ctrl J or Command J to create a duplicate copy of it. And now I'll right click and select convert to smart object, and now I will choose record the action. So we'll come over here and click on this icon, and this is going to record whatever now we will do into our image. So we'll first click on this triangle and click on the transform option and drag it to the end and press Ctrl T, Command T, and we'll move this anchor point to this side, and we will click and drag it to something like this, and we'll press enter. And now you can see this action has been recorded. So we'll press stop. Okay, so now if we just press space button or space bar, it is going to animate the cloud. You can see now we can see easily that clouds are moving. All right, so our first action is created, so we need to move this onto the starting point, and now we'll make a selection of another layer. So we'll select this background or layer 0, and again using the lasso tool, this time we'll make a selection of this area. Okay, and this time press Ctrl J, Command J to duplicate it, right click and select convert to smart object, and we'll press this action. So let's see what happens. This has been played and it has done. So let me just press the play button, and you can see this has also been animated. very easily. All right, so let me just now animate this part, and for this part we need to create another action. So I'm going to press this create a new action, and this is going to be the action 2. I'm going to name it as action 2 and start record. And let me first stop it. Sorry, I need to click on this layer and make a selection of this area. So these clouds I'm going to animate. So I'm going to make a selection of this area, press Ctrl J, Command J, right click and select convert to smart object, and I need to create an action for this. So I'll just click over here, but before I click or start doing anything, I will just press record and start transform. Click over here to create a keyframe, go to the and press Ctrl T or Command T, move the anchor point to something like this and click and drag it outside and press enter, and then I'm going to press stop. All right, and if I just press play, you can see now these clouds are animating. One is on this direction and one is on the right direction. All right, so our action is almost ready, so we can test this on another image. So let me just, or we can test it right on this image itself. So let me just delete all of these layers which we have created. So I'm going to delete them, and again I will make a selection of this area and press Ctrl J, Command J, right click and select convert to smart object, and then I will press action, select the action 1 and press play. And if I just press the space bar, you can see with just one click it has created this action very easily. All right, and now let's test the action 2. So we'll select this background once again, and this time we are going to select these clouds. So it is a random selection, and press Ctrl J, Command J, right click and select convert to smart object and choose the action 2 and press play, and it is done. So if I just press space bar to preview it, you can see it has started animating. So you have to create the two actions, one which will move the objects from right to left and one would move from left to right. So this is how you can easily create the Plotagraph Photoshop Action. So thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please do let me know in the comment section below, and if you have any question you can also leave that in the comment section below. And if you want to get $439 premium courses absolutely free, just go to my website and just sign up to my newsletter.